Could your glass of water before bed actually be harming you? It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? After all, we've been told all our lives to stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water, they say. But what if I told you that after age 70, your body doesn't process water the same way it used to? What if that one innocent glass of water at 8:30 p.m. could quietly disrupt your sleep, increase your risk of falling, and even put your heart under stress? You see, as we age, our kidneys slow down, our bladders become more sensitive, and our balance isn't what it used to be. A late-night bathroom trip might seem like a small inconvenience, but for many seniors, it has led to broken hips, concussions, even hospital stays. And yet, no one is talking about it. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. You deserve to rest safely and wake up refreshed, not exhausted or injured. In today's video, we're going to uncover a silent mistake many seniors are making after sunset, and more importantly, how to fix it with just a few simple changes. Aging is a journey filled with wisdom, but also with new challenges that our younger selves never had to think about. One of those challenges is how our bodies handle water. While hydration is still essential, when and how we drink water matters more than ever after 70. In this video, we'll explore the real risks of drinking water after 8 p.m. for older adults. You'll learn how late-night hydration can lead to broken sleep, dangerous nighttime falls, and even hidden heart stress. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to empower you. We'll give you the science behind what's happening inside your body, and then show you a smarter, safer way to stay hydrated without the 2 a.m. bathroom runs or putting your health at risk. It's all about timing, balance, and knowing your body. If you're over 65 or caring for someone who is, you won't want to miss what's coming up. These simple changes could protect your nights and improve your days. If you find value in helpful, trustworthy health tips like this, go ahead and follow our channel for more. Now let's dive into the first big reason why drinking water too late might be more dangerous than you think. 1. The body silent shift after 70 that no one warns you about. As we age, our bodies change in quiet, often unnoticed ways, and one of the most misunderstood changes is how we process water. What used to be harmless at 40 can become harmful at 70. The kidneys don't filter as efficiently, the bladder becomes more sensitive, and most importantly, the body's internal timing, the circadian rhythm, begins to shift. Drinking water late in the evening might seem like a small habit, but for seniors, it can start a dangerous chain reaction. Take George, for example. He's 74, a retired carpenter from Ohio who prides himself on staying active. For years, he followed his doctor's advice to stay hydrated, often sipping a full glass of water just before bed. But over the past few months, George started waking up at 1 or 2 in the morning to use the bathroom. At first, it was just annoying. Then one night, as he rushed to the bathroom half asleep, he tripped over the corner of his rug, fell hard, and broke his wrist. What seemed like a healthy bedtime habit suddenly led to months of recovery, hospital visits, and anxiety every time night fell. So why does this happen? The answer lies in the body's natural aging process. After 70, our kidneys lose efficiency. They don't concentrate urine as well, which means more frequent urination, especially at night. At the same time, the bladder's capacity shrinks and the muscles that control it weaken. What's more, aging affects antidiuretic hormone production, the hormone that tells your body to slow down urine production during sleep. As that hormone decreases with age, your body doesn't hold fluids overnight like it used to. That means even a small glass of water late in the evening can wake you up multiple times, robbing you of deep sleep and raising your chances of a fall. Sleep fragmentation also has cascading effects. It affects memory, blood pressure, mood, and even your heart. So what's the solution? You don't need to stop drinking water altogether. You just need to adjust when and how you do it. The best approach is front-loading your hydration earlier in the day. Try to drink most of your fluids between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. After dinner, cut back gradually. If you're taking medications that make you thirsty, speak with your doctor about adjusting the timing. You can also stay refreshed with water-rich fruits during the day, like watermelon or cucumbers. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you're waking up more than once a night to use the bathroom, it might be time to review your evening habits. George eventually made changes. He now finishes his last glass of water by 7 p.m. and hasn't had a fall or a midnight bathroom trip in months. He sleeps better, feels clearer in the morning, and finally understands how powerful a simple habit can be. And his story leads us to another crucial point, because it's not just the kidneys and bladder that are affected. What happens during the night can also place unexpected strain on another vital organ, the heart. 2. Nighttime bathroom trips, a small act with life-altering consequences. Most people don't realize how dangerous something as simple as walking to the bathroom at night can become after a certain age. For seniors, especially those over 70, the risk isn't just about losing sleep. It's about what happens between the bed and the bathroom. When the body is half asleep, the room is dark, and balance isn't what it used to be, one misstep can lead to disaster. Carol, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Indiana, learned this the hard way. She had always been health conscious, walked every morning, ate clean, and drank plenty of water. Every night before bed, she made sure to drink a glass of water, believing it would help her body flush out toxins overnight. For a long time, she managed just fine. But one night last winter, she woke up around 2 a.m. with a strong urge to go. The bedroom was chilly, and in her sleepy state, she didn't want to turn on the lights. As she stepped into the hallway, she caught her toe on a rug she'd walked over 100 times before. This time, she lost her balance and fell hard against the wall. She fractured her hip, needed surgery, and spent the next 6 months in physical therapy just to walk normally again. Carol's story is sadly far too common. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans age 65 plus falls each year, and a major percentage of those falls happen during nighttime bathroom trips. After age 70, the body's natural balance and coordination decline. Muscles are slower to react. Vision, especially night vision, diminishes. Many seniors also experience drops in blood pressure when rising from bed, making them lightheaded or dizzy. And because sleep inertia clouds judgment, many underestimate how unsteady they really are. The urgency to get to the bathroom quickly only adds pressure, leading to rushed, careless movements that dramatically increase the chance of a fall. So what can be done to prevent these nighttime accidents? It starts with preparation. First, reduce your fluid intake after dinner. Ideally, no drinking after 8 p.m. This simple shift alone can significantly cut down the number of times you need to get up. Next, set up your environment for safety. Use nightlights with motion sensors to softly illuminate your path. Clear any obstacles from your bedroom floor, rugs, shoes, or electrical cords. Keep supportive slippers by your bedside with non-slip soles. And finally, give yourself time when you wake up. Sit at the edge of the bed for 10 to 15 seconds, take a few deep breaths, and only stand when you feel fully steady. Carol eventually adjusted her habits. She now drinks her last glass of water during dinner, wears slip-resistant footwear, and uses a nightlight that automatically turns on when she moves. Since making these changes, she hasn't had a single nighttime fall, and more importantly, she sleeps without fear. But while the dangers of nighttime trips are physical and visible, there's another threat that's quieter, and it lies in the way your heart reacts to hydration while you sleep. The silent pressure on your aging heart. At first glance, drinking water seems like the safest thing you can do for your body. After all, we've been told for decades that staying hydrated supports heart health. But the truth is more complicated, especially after age 70. As we get older, even a simple glass of water at the wrong time can quietly place stress on the cardiovascular system, and for some seniors, that stress builds up without warning signs until it's too late. Robert is 79, a retired electrician from Arizona who has managed high blood pressure for over 15 years. He always took pride in eating well and staying active, and like many people, he believed more water meant better health. Every evening after dinner, he would drink 2 tall glasses of water before bed, thinking it would keep his organs flushed and functioning overnight. But gradually, Robert began experiencing something strange. He would wake up in the middle of the night with a pounding heart, shortness of breath, and a sense of unease he couldn't explain. His doctor at first thought it was anxiety or minor arrhythmia. It wasn't until Robert wore a sleep monitor that the real issue became clear. Fluid overload was straining his heart at night. Here's what's really happening. As we age, our heart muscles stiffen and weaken slightly, even in healthy individuals. This makes the heart more sensitive to fluid shifts in the body. When you drink a large amount of water before bed, that fluid doesn't simply disappear. It redistributes while you lie flat. This can lead to an increase in blood volume, which puts extra pressure on the heart, especially the left ventricle. For someone with existing hypertension or even mild heart failure, this added volume can trigger nighttime palpitations, swelling in the legs, or even shortness of breath known as paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. In plain terms, your heart is working overtime when it should be resting. So how can you protect your heart while still staying hydrated? Timing is key. Aim to drink most of your fluids during the first half of the day and taper off as the evening approaches. If you take diuretics, water pills, ask your doctor if they can be scheduled earlier to avoid nighttime urgency. After 7 p.m., keep any drinking light, a few sips if needed, rather than full glasses. You can also elevate your legs for 30 minutes in the evening to help fluid return to circulation before bedtime, easing the pressure on your heart when you lie down. Robert followed this advice. Within a few weeks, his nighttime symptoms disappeared, and his sleep became peaceful again. His cardiologist even noted better control of his blood pressure. He still drinks water, but now he drinks it wisely, with his heart in mind. And yet, while the heart suffers silently, there's another consequence of late-night drinking that many seniors overlook. Its direct attack on something even more precious: deep, restorative sleep. 4. Disrupting deep sleep. The cost no one sees coming. Sleep is supposed to be the body's time to heal, to recover, and to reset. But when that sleep is interrupted, especially by frequent trips to the bathroom, something far more damaging begins to happen beneath the surface. For seniors over 70, those nighttime disruptions don't just lead to grogginess the next day. They can actually steal away the deep, restorative stages of sleep that protect your brain, your memory, and your overall health. Margaret is 70, a former librarian from Pennsylvania with a sharp mind and a love for puzzles. But in the past year, she began to notice little lapses, misplacing her keys more often, struggling to recall a name during conversations, feeling cloudy in the mornings. She chalked it up to normal aging until her daughter noticed she was waking up 2 or 3 times every night to use the restroom. Margaret had been drinking tea and water throughout the evening, believing it would help her circulation and digestion. In reality, it was interrupting her most valuable hours of sleep. Here's what most people don't realize. Not all sleep is created equal. The deepest stages of sleep, called slow-wave sleep and REM sleep, are when your brain consolidates memories, your muscles repair themselves, and your immune system recharges. These stages are essential, especially for older adults. But every time you wake up, even briefly, your body gets pulled out of those cycles. It takes time to re-enter deep sleep, and the more often it's interrupted, the less restorative your night becomes. Over weeks and months, this can lead to cognitive decline, higher blood pressure, mood swings, and even increased risk for conditions like dementia. Even more troubling, poor sleep affects balance, reaction time, and emotional regulation, all factors that raise your risk of falls and accidents. Studies have shown that seniors who wake up frequently at night have a significantly higher chance of suffering serious injuries during the day. It becomes a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to more fatigue, which leads to more instability, which then leads to greater health risks. So how can you guard your sleep? The first step is recognizing that nighttime hydration is a major disruptor. Start tapering off fluids after 6:30 or 7 p.m. Avoid tea, coffee, and alcohol, which are all diuretics and irritate the bladder. Create a calming evening routine that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and make sure your last bathroom trip is right before getting into bed. And most importantly, track your sleep patterns. If you're waking up more than once a night, it's a signal your hydration habits may need adjusting. Margaret followed these changes. Within a month, she was sleeping through the night more often, felt sharper in the mornings, and even started enjoying crossword puzzles again. But while sleep is critical, it's only one piece of the puzzle. The next issue is even more frustrating because it's something seniors often accept as just aging, when in reality it could be triggered by that innocent glass of water after 8 p.m. 5. Ignoring nocturia, when frequent nighttime urination is a warning sign. Many seniors believe that waking up once or twice a night to use the bathroom is just a normal part of aging. And while occasional nighttime trips may be harmless, persistent or increasing episodes could signal something deeper, something that shouldn't be brushed aside. This condition has a name, nocturia, and it affects millions of older adults. But what most people don't realize is that in many cases, it's not just about aging, it's about drinking water too late in the evening. Take Henry, 81, a retired history teacher from Colorado. For years, he assumed his 2-3 nightly bathroom trips were just what happens when you get old. He didn't mention them to his doctor, didn't question the laws, and certainly didn't think to connect them to his nightly hydration. He had made it a habit to drink a glass of warm water with honey before bed, believing it helped soothe his throat and prevent leg cramps. But over time, the bathroom trips became more frequent, and his energy during the day started to suffer. He'd often doze off mid-conversation, skip his morning walks, and grow irritable without knowing why. When Henry finally brought it up during a routine checkup, his doctor explained that nocturia is more than just an inconvenience, it's a red flag. After age 70, the bladder loses elasticity, and its ability to hold urine decreases. Additionally, the body produces less of the hormone that suppresses urine production at night. Drinking water too close to bedtime adds even more strain to that system, overwhelming the bladder and triggering multiple nighttime awakenings. What's more, nocturia has a compounding effect. As the body wakes repeatedly to urinate, deep sleep cycles are interrupted, leaving seniors groggy and disoriented the next day. Over time, this leads to fatigue, memory issues, depression, and even increased risk of cardiovascular problems. But there's good news. For many, nocturia isn't inevitable. It's manageable. To address it, the solution often begins with something simple. Shift your fluid intake to earlier in the day. Start your morning with a full glass of water and sip consistently throughout the day. Then, as the evening approaches, taper off. After 7 p.m., avoid fluids unless medically necessary. Also, steer clear of bladder irritants like caffeine, citrus juices, alcohol, and artificial sweeteners in the evening. If nocturia continues despite these changes, it's worth speaking with a healthcare provider. There may be underlying issues like diabetes, sleep apnea, or prostate enlargement that need attention. Henry took the advice seriously. He moved his hydration window to earlier in the day, stopped drinking after dinner, and added gentle stretching to his nightly routine instead of his honey water ritual. Within weeks, he was waking up only once, sometimes not at all, and found himself more alert, more active, and more cheerful during the day. But while nocturia is one of the most common consequences of late-night drinking, many seniors are still unsure how to balance the need for hydration without putting themselves at risk. So let's explore the best way to hydrate safely after 70. 6. Hydrating the wrong way. When timing matters more than quantity. Everyone agrees that water is essential. It cushions the joints, regulates body temperature, and keeps organs functioning properly. But for seniors, especially those over 70, hydration isn't just about how much you drink. It's about when you drink it. Poor timing can cause sleep disruptions, heart stress, and even dangerous falls. The real secret to healthy hydration after 70 lies in smart scheduling and choosing fluids that support your body, not challenge it. Let's look at Eileen, age 73, who lives with her husband in a small town in Oregon. She always took hydration seriously, carrying a water bottle throughout the day. But her routine included sipping water through dinner, followed by chamomile tea before bed. Though she was careful with her diet and activity, she couldn't shake the feeling of fatigue in the morning. And like many others, she assumed her nighttime trips to the bathroom were just normal. It wasn't until her physician asked her to track her fluid intake that she saw the pattern. Her late evening hydration was disrupting her entire night. The best way for seniors to stay hydrated is to front-load fluids earlier in the day. That means starting your morning with a full glass of water, ideally before breakfast, to rehydrate after a long night. Continue drinking small amounts consistently between breakfast and late afternoon. Aim to get 75–80% of your daily fluid needs by 3 or 4 p.m. After dinner, begin tapering off. Ideally, avoid large drinks after 7 p.m. and limit sips to only what's necessary after that. Just enough to keep your throat moist, not enough to send you running to the bathroom. Beyond timing, the type of fluid also matters. Stick with plain water during the day. Avoid sugary drinks, sodas, or too much juice, which can spike blood sugar and irritate the bladder. Be cautious with caffeine, especially after lunch, as it can act as a diuretic and disrupt sleep. Herbal teas are generally fine earlier in the evening, but even those should be consumed at least 2 hours before bed. Broths or water-rich foods like cucumbers, melons, and soups during lunch can also contribute to your hydration without overwhelming your bladder. Another helpful tip: use visual cues. Some seniors set alarms to remind themselves to drink every hour from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Others fill a pitcher in the morning with their daily water goal and aim to finish it by late afternoon. Listen to your body. Dry mouth, dark urine, and headaches are signs of dehydration, but don't rely on thirst alone. Many older adults lose the sensation of thirst, even when their bodies need fluids. Eileen adjusted her hydration schedule and started drinking more in the morning, less in the evening. Her sleep improved, and the fogginess she used to feel each morning disappeared. But as her doctor told her, not all health risks are physical. Some doctors are quietly giving advice behind closed doors about nighttime hydration. Advice based on what they have seen too many times in the ER. 8. Skipping a safe bedtime routine. How one nightly habit could save your life. Many seniors have bedtime routines: brushing teeth, turning off the lights, checking the door locks. But very few include safety steps that protect their health and well-being during the most vulnerable hours of the night. And yet, for people over 70, a simple 3-minute nightly habit could be the difference between sleeping soundly and waking up on the floor with a fractured hip. Let's look at Louise, a 77-year-old widow living in Florida. After a minor fall in her kitchen the year before, she had become extra cautious. But one night she woke up needing to use the bathroom and forgot to put on her slippers. Her bare feet slipped on the cool tile, and down she went. It wasn't a major injury, just a bruised hip and shaken nerves. But it scared her enough to rethink how she ended her day. Her doctor gently suggested she created a bedtime safety checklist. At first, she thought it sounded silly, like something for children. But she agreed to try. The checklist had just 3 steps. 1. Empty your bladder before bed, even if you don't feel the urge. This reduces the chance of needing to get up later. 2. Place slip-resistant slippers by the bed, not across the room, not under the bed, but where your feet land when you swing them down. 3. Turn on a nightlight, or better yet, install motion sensor lights along the floor or hallway. These small touches gave Louise not only physical safety, but peace of mind. Why do these simple steps work so well? Because nighttime is when our senses are dulled, reflexes are slower, and our coordination is least reliable. When the bladder signals urgently at 2 a.m., there's often no time to think, just react. That's when accidents happen. Creating a clear, repeatable routine helps anchor your body and brain to a safer rhythm. It also helps you sleep more peacefully, knowing you have reduced the chances of injury. Experts in geriatric care often say that falls aren't always caused by frailty, they're caused by surprise. Good routines remove the surprise. Even something as small as keeping a glass of water off the bedside table to avoid reflex drinking or sitting up slowly before standing can reduce risks dramatically. Louise has now followed her safety checklist every night for over a year. She hasn't had a single fall since and says she sleeps better just knowing everything is in place. It's a small routine, but it gives her control, comfort, and confidence. Now that we've explored the most common mistakes seniors make with nighttime hydration and how small changes can lead to big results, let's take a moment to pause, reflect, and share a message from the heart. If you're still watching right now, you're truly someone who values your health, and that's wonderful. Go ahead and leave the number 6 in the comments so we know you're with us, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out on our next senior wellness tip. Let's keep going, because what comes next might just change the way you sleep forever. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Drinking water after 8 p.m. may seem harmless, but it can lead to nighttime falls, heart stress, disrupted sleep, and a frustrating cycle of fatigue and confusion. We talked about how your kidneys, bladder, and heart all work differently after 70, and how even a small glass at the wrong time can throw everything off. You've also learned that nocturia isn't just part of getting older. It's often a signal that something in your routine needs adjusting. But the good news is this: all of it can be changed starting today. By front-loading your fluids, setting a hydration curfew, creating a safe bedtime routine, and listening to what experienced doctors have quietly shared, you can take back control of your nights. You can sleep better, feel steadier, think clearer, and most importantly, you can protect your independence and health in the years ahead. Don't wait for a fall or a hospital visit to make a change. The small choices you make tonight could protect everything you value tomorrow. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. If this video helped you understand your body a little better or gave you one small tip to improve your sleep or safety, then it was absolutely worth it. We create these videos with love and care for you, for your health, and for the people who look after you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you'll always know when a new video is ready. And we'd love to hear from you. What bedtime habit has helped you sleep better? Leave a comment below and share your wisdom with others. Stay safe, stay well, and remember, every day is a gift, and the best time to take care of yourself is right now.